So guys, if you're not new on my channel, and by the way, if you are, then just let me introduce myself real quick. Hi, I'm Yana and I'm obsessed with perfumes. I've been loving to discover new fragrances literally since I was a little girl, and it has been such a pleasure for me to share with you my excitement for different new fragrances and review them on YouTube literally for years now. So if you've been following me for all this time, then you probably know that I'm very enthusiastic about perfumes, and of course when you fall in love with fragrance at first sniff, it's like such a highlight. But today we are going to be talking about something different. These are fragrances that I didn't like at first. Some of them were underwhelming, others I disliked, but they grew on me, and I find that can always happen with fragrances. So I'm really excited to be sharing with you these special fragrances in my collection. It's kind of like collection in a collection of fragrances that took me by surprise, because when I get back to them, I kind of look at them from a different angle, if you will. So make sure to keep on watching this video if you're excited to find out about them. Don't forget to check out the description box. There you'll find more helpful information, and also I have some discounts with which you can shop perfumes and save on them. So make sure to check all of that out and leave me a huge thumbs up, as well as feel free to subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate that. And without any further ado, let's get started. So I really need to credit Sebastian for, inspiring me to film this video. I've just watched his, and yeah, I thought why not to do the same and share with you fragrances that didn't impress me right away after I smelled them. It wasn't like love at first sniff, but anyway, I have full-size bottle of them, and that clearly shows that I enjoy these fragrances. Like, let's get started with my newest example. It's Prada Paradoxe Intense. So this fragrance is one of the newer designer perfumes for women that I smelled in the shop, and I didn't like the first Prada Paradoxe. For me, it's like a result of the research on what's trendy in the mass market perfumery for women at the moment, kind of like this clean, slightly shampooy white floral fragrance that is not over the top, with a hint of sweetness in there. And Prada Paradoxe is just more intense version of it, with addition of note of oak moss. We have some vanilla in here and molecules. So the thing is how I kind of discovered my love for this perfume. I received a free sample of this fragrance that I threw in my purse, and once I was at work and couldn't really smell fragrance I applied early in the morning, I decided just to look in the purse for something smelly, because I always have something on hand, and I was like, what the heck, let's just spray this one on. And I applied it heavily, and it just grew on me throughout the day. I don't move much, I sit at my desk and work at computer, and it just hit me every time, like with a little move. It was like a very pear white floral type of fragrance. So pear in here is kind of, yeah, shampooy, clean. It's that note that always brings something in that style to fragrances, and it smells so molecular and a little bit ambery too, but not in the way like heavier Oriental ambers. It's like this clean, modern type of amber molecule mixed with white flowers that are on the clean side. Yeah, we have some vanilla in here. Probably it adds touch of sweetness without making it like a gourmand delicious treat in a bottle. So it's, I would say, very everyday time friendly, and I received so many compliments of it. I thought at first I need to use up the sample, and then I decided to purchase this 30 ml size to wear at work, where I'm spending my last days at, so I can literally maybe go back in time afterwards, smell this fragrance, and be reminded of this time. So yeah, it is a compliment getter for me, because I apply it heavily. I wear it almost every day to work. It's a mass appealing perfume, and it grew on me. I like the molecules. I won't say that it's like the best feminine fragrance from a designer brand on the market. Yes, it is very mass appealing. Yeah, it is bold. It is noticeable, projects really well. It is a compliment getter, but there is something a little bit edgy, something a little bit scratchy. Probably, once again, those molecules mixed heavily in this fragrance, but I kind of like it, and I receive so many compliments that even when I go home back after a long working day, Benny asks me what's the fragrance I'm wearing, and that doesn't happen often. So I definitely need to include it on this video. Just as let's talk about something completely different. This is fragrance I blind bought from Montale, which is actually one of my most favorite brands. Please let me know how you feel about it, because it used to be so popular back in the days. It was one of it niche brands, and I don't know how popular it is at the moment in the community, but I purchased Sweet Oriental Dream because it got compared to, I believe, discontinued to Lacombe from Keiko Sherry, and I went through the phase of liking very powdery, almondy type of fragrances that are super delicious, kind of like an edible type of fragrance. And I saw that it got compared to that perfume, so I decided to just went for a 50 ml bottle, and I blind bought it, and it turned out to be so heavy that I just couldn't wear it. One spritz and you know, it's just overwhelming for me. It fills in the room and it is just so annoying. And Montale's fragrances are known for its beast mode performance, but there was something over the top with this fragrance that gave me just hard times wearing it. It's a lovely, very honey type of almond fragrance, almost like with rose vanilla syrup poured all over it, but it was just like too much for me to handle. However, I wore it out, and it was actually at my previous work, and I got so many compliments on that one day that I decided to wear it more often. And now I figure out that I can enjoy it on the, you know, fresh air, on the open air, or you know, in a bigger space. It's not like a safe fragrance if you're going to a closed environment, because it fills in the room so fast. Even with one spritz, it's just like a very strong perfume. So at first I was like disappointed with it, but now because of the compliment factor and because it is really delicious and super long lasting, I need to point out that this fragrance will stay put no matter what. So if you're looking for something that will definitely smell like a beautiful powdered Lacombe candy, then I highly recommend you this one. Next fragrance is actually very exciting and funny. It's Hipster Oud from Zara's Oud collection that I reviewed back in the days when it came out, and it is so high quality. My god, it's like easily niche oud quality that you'll get in there. Make sure to check out my video in case you missed it and pick up on some of those fragrances that are now available at 30 ml. Hipster Oud is easily one of my top choices when it comes to Zara's fragrances in general, and I've just put together like a collective review of my personal favorite Zara perfumes, because I have a huge collection of that fragrance, and Hipster Oud is right on top of it. So you guys, let's talk about it and why I actually didn't like it first. So the thing is, I believe that I blind bought the entire collection, and I was testing them. I was like, ooh, this is exciting. And Hipster Oud, looking at the notes, seemed to be a very lovely floral type of oud. So we have rose in here, we have like currant, saffron, musk, some other flowers, and of course the oud in here. And as I started wearing it, it was so cloying. Sometimes perfumes are really heavy, and it's just mix of different notes and molecules that don't work together. It was just so intense for me personally. It gave me headache, and it was present all the time. Sometimes perfumes go back and they you know, they go away and they come back and it's exciting, or they are there all the time and you enjoy it. And this fragrance was just like, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. And I was like, come on, like, leave me alone, okay? So it was just a little bit annoying for me personally. And once again, something was off-putting in here. I couldn't figure it out, but I decided just to give it to my grandma, and she has like a big collection of fragrances herself now, because yeah, I do give all of my family members fragrances on the regular basis. And she started wearing it, and I came to her, and the sillage was enormous, and it was so powdery, so elegant, and just so attractive. I was like, what's this fragrance you're wearing? She's like, the one you gave me. And I took it back from her, and as I started wearing it, I realized that it smells so similarly, and now you'll be shocked too. Very expensive Guidance from Amouage that is still on my wish list. My god, I believe that the day I'll get that fragrance, my collection will be completed, because Guidance is just, it's so special. And actually Zara has a few fragrances in that style, and I really appreciate them duping those perfumes and putting kind of like a different spin on them. So this is like an oud Guidance type of powdery fragrance that is so easy, that's so exquisite. I don't know what happened to me that I didn't like it at first, but thanks to my grandma, now I enjoy it very much. And I know it might sound weird, but that's true. Anyway, you guys, now let's talk about something that I tried in the shop, and it was shown to me by a fellow reviewer here, Irina, on YouTube, called Cocktail Maracuja from the New Note. So she showed me a whole bunch of fragrances in the shop where she works, And this one, it fell under the radar because it was so similar to Erba Pura, and at this point there is no need to say that I'm not the craziest person about Erba Pura's DNA, especially the original Erba Pura from Xerxes. It is way too musky and just suffocating to me personally. It's scratchy, it's too much, it's just so aggressive. I don't like the fruitiness in there, I don't like the whole mix. It's too much of this modern, ultra punchy amber. Oh, not my thing. And there are many fragrances in Erba Pura style that are more mellow or just a bit differently done that I enjoy so much more, including Cocktail Maracuja. This is hands down the best fragrance in that style without trying to mimic Erba Pura. It's just like that very fruity, beautiful musk type of an amber fragrance that smells very contemporary and way more complex than Erba Pura, which is too linear for me. That's another thing that I don't like when perfumes don't change at all. They need to be really nicely blended so I can enjoy a linear fragrance. This is full of surprises. It's a true fruity, exotic cocktail in a bottle. It's passion fruit, it's strawberry, blackcurrant, spices, beautiful ginger, and you know, not clean, but very sophisticated, very natural synthetic molecules, as you know, maybe contrasting and strange as it might sound, and strong. My God, the thing is, at the shop, it wasn't love. I was like, oh, Erba Pura, whatever. And then I took the blotters with me. I sprayed myself with those fragrances, or better to say, she sprayed me with them. And this one survived, like they batted them all. And I loved the dry down. It wasn't that annoying, take me off, wash me off Erba Pura effect. And ever since that, I got a bottle. You can get it from So Avant-Garde. This is an amazing web shop where you can shop for so many niche perfumes, including Montale fragrances, so many other popular and more indie ones, and I have a discount for you, so make sure to get advantage of it. And Cocktail Maracuja is definitely one of the top recommendations when it comes to fruity and modern fragrances. This is so good. And the compliment factor on this one, because it has a touch of sweetness to it too, it's massive, and I love it so much. Now it's definitely a staple in my collection, and yeah, I highly recommend you check it out because I'm sure you won't be disappointed with it. Now let's talk about something that goes way back in the days when I was obsessed with indie brands. It was all I cared for, and if you're a fan of more artistic perfumery and you know, just scroll through my videos, you can definitely check out so many different reviews on probably perfumes you've never heard about. Anyway, one of such brands is 4160 Tuesdays, and Sunshine and Pancakes was the one I got in a sample pack. And since this is actually a lovely but very citrus forward fragrance, I was like, meh, whatever. There were so many other exciting ones for me. But then I remember I was like in a mood to play with the samples again, and I tried this one out, and it's so important to wear fragrances out. I'm so guilty of just trying fragrances at home or in the shop, and it's not the fact. You need to spray them on you and you need to go out and just experience it throughout the day. My God, it was one of the first citrusy fragrances I loved. The woodiness in here is so special. It's like a wet floral woodiness, palisandro wood, sandalwood. We have beautiful vanilla with balmy notes, but it's still a very nice, almost powdery but sparkling citrus with sunny lemon and orange. Yeah, it's kind of like you spend your day off with your friends at the brunch where you eat pancakes with, I don't know, lemon juice. Basically, very nice, very lovely fragrance. It's very natural smelling too, special. I don't have anything quite like it. It's almost like more citrus version of Shalimar. So yeah, I love that a lot, and I needed to have it in my collection. Something that is actually very popular, it's Tom Ford's bestseller, Tobacco Vanille. Didn't wow me at first. I mean, like, it's a lovely fragrance, but not to the point I was like, oh, best of, I need to have it in my collection immediately, you know? That feeling is when you fall in love with fragrance at first sniff. And it wasn't until one winter I got I believe a blotter hanging out in a shop, and it was so weird. I took it with me to work, and it was a very bad day at work. I hated my life back then. And I had that blotter sitting on the table, and it smelled of cacao, it smelled of spices, it smelled of better life. It's a very wintry perfume. We have nice, very chewy spiced tobacco in here mixed with vanilla. The texture on it, because of the tonka and cacao and dry fruits, phenomenal. It's definitely worth all the attention, all the hype. It's a bestseller for a reason, and that's how I discovered my love for it. And you know, sometimes it needs to be a right place, a right mood for fragrances. Sometimes you couldn't care less for a fantastic fragrance, and other times you know, fall in love with most simple perfumes. Anyway, the next fragrance we are going to be talking about is not simple at all. It is one of the most challenging perfumes. That's why I think I got very slowly into Tyger from Francesca Bianchi. And if you've never heard about Francesca Bianchi, then you've been missing out. You're lucky to find this video. She is a rock star of niche perfumery. She creates most decadent, provocative fragrances with vintage vibe. She has so much incredible, ultra powerful stuff in her collection. Highly recommend you to get a sample pack and just, you know, go through entire collection and find your favorite. Tyger was the one that I had a sample of. I started wearing, but it was like very vintagey. Heliotrope in here mixed with peach, honey. It was Mitsoko for me, and Mitsoko was the fragrance from Guerlain that wasn't like my #1 favorite because it was way too mature for me. I appreciate the texture, the whole idea, the structure of that Chypre, but it was just the one that was too challenging for me to wear and to enjoy. And Francesca Bianchi's fragrances, they often have that very powerful vibe. They have a serious attitude. Those are not easy breezy type of fragrances. She has some easier fragrances to enjoy, but most of her perfumes are dark, mysterious, very, I don't know, on the edge being sexual, because she uses animalic materials, and I really appreciate that. But anyway, let's get back to Tyger. I had a massive crush on Mitsoko, and I was desperately looking for fragrances in that style, you know, with that nice peach being a little bit aldehydic, overripe, and then I smelled this, and oh my god, patchouli, that beautiful vintagey, makeup-y note of heliotrope in there. It was just the best timing for this fragrance, and ever since that time, now when I'm in the mood for some, you know, beautiful classy Chypre in Mitsoko style, but Mitsoko is still like mossy to me, I don't get much of that in here, which I appreciate it for. Anyway, guys, Tyger is a fantastic perfume. If you like Chypre, this is a must try, and by the way, you can check it out with my discounted link. Is going to be down below. Francesca Bianchi's fragrances are fantastic, they are one of a kind, and yeah, she has a lot of fans, so I highly recommend you to get on that track. Now I have 2 fragrances left, and I do have many more in my collection. Let me know if you would be interested in part 2 or whatever. But the next one is so much fun because I remember when Jungle Jezebel from you know, Sarah Baker's collaboration with Miguel Matas was released. It caused some controversy, and this was a limited edition bottle. It was a limited edition, but now it is available in her general catalog, in, you know, her signature packaging. But you guys, Jungle Jezebel is fragrance that will wow you, that will impress you, that will knock your socks off. This is one of those fragrances that is absolutely mind-blowing, and I'm not exaggerating. But the thing is, when I sprayed it on for the first time, it was too much to take, you guys. This is a bubblegum, banana bubblegum opening. Note of grapes is picking through so much. We have very explosive citrusy opening mixed with carnal flowers, tuberose in here, plasticky, and like I don't care, I will literally overwhelm the whole thing very, very effortlessly. Civet, my god, the touch of dirtiness is just priceless. But it was so much vetiver for me at the first sniff that I was like, okay, it'd be so pretty without this vetiver that ruins it for me. But then it grew on me so much. My mom used to wear it. This is one of the best fragrances that exists out there. So special, but way too much vetiver at first time. So I kind of gave it to my mom and then smelled it on her and was like, okay, this is too pretty not to wear it myself. Give it back. And now, you guys, I have one fragrance left. It is from a great brand, EPC. I don't know if you've heard about it. I have full collection overview on the entire line. They have more minimalistic fragrances that you can wear on their own or layer them. Beautiful, simplistic, but very stylish packaging. And I highly recommend you to look into their line, and maybe if you get interested, get a sample pack and you'll definitely find some favorites. But there were so many exciting ones that Santal Nuit that I want to mention here kind of left, you know, without much attention. I was like, okay, this is too simple, right? And then I was wearing it just, you know, for fun. I don't know, I was in the mood, whatever. I guess I liked sandalwood at the time, so it's like a sandalwood perfume. And this is that clean type of a sexy perfume that smells like your skin, but better, and it is easy, okay? I've started appreciating it and just wearing every layering with every other fragrance, whatever I was wearing, because it's like a perfect base for anything out there, being like a clean woody fragrance. It also has some iris in there, some frankincense, some ambroxan, so it smells very clean, a little bit powdery, but more like skin. It smells so natural. It's for the days when you don't want to wear heavy perfume, but you still want to smell nice for yourself, for others. And it's sexy. It's super duper sexy and layerable with other fragrances. I don't know, I just started wearing so much that I basically used up the same sample, and I knew that I need something that will be versatile like that in my collection. So I think this is a must-have, actually. Highly recommend you this brand and this fragrance in particular. Once again, it's nothing groundbreaking, okay? It's not Jungle Jezebel that is just mind-blowing with so many elements. You'll literally need like a couple of months to figure it out, to wear it in different weather conditions and, you know, time periods. Santal Nuit is simple, but it works, and I was really impressed with how versatile it is. You can overspray it, and it's very suitable for all types of occasions, even very formal ones like work. It's gorgeous. Highly recommend you to check it out. I have a discount to share with you, and just check out the description box for more information. Let me know if you've heard about any of these fragrances. Maybe you've had some similar experience, probably with some other perfumes in your collection, I'm sure, and I would highly appreciate your feedback on this topic. Please let me know what fragrance didn't make you fall in love with it at first sniff, but maybe grew on you with time. I'm excited to hear from you, and if you have any questions left, I'm here to answer them. But I would really appreciate if you could give this video a huge thumbs up. Just in case you enjoyed watching it, feel free to subscribe to my channel and follow me on my social media to stay in touch. Other than that, that was all from me today. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure to stay tuned, smell good. We'll see each other next one really soon. Bye, guys.